This video was made possible by EA Game Changers. What's going on, everyone? This is Ancap24 from PlaybookGG, and in today's video we're going to teach you 5 defensive tips to make you a better player on that side of the ball. Now, if this is the first time checking out our channel and you want to win more games playing Madden, hit that subscribe button below. Don't forget to also click that bell icon to make sure you never miss any of our videos. And at number 5, it's knowing when to use Protect the Sticks. In Madden 19, there was a lot more introduction of match principles when it came to zones. You've got zones that were like cover 4 palms, cover 4 quarters, cover 3, that basically, depending on what the formation was, they played differently. A lot of people did not understand or know how those went, and it kind of became a headache for them. They were trying to figure out ways to, make sure that the players played the way they're supposed to look on the play art. Well, the Protect the Sticks mechanic does that for you. In this first example, we called a cover 3 match. They went ahead and they played man coverage after a certain point. Here we went ahead and used the Protect the Sticks mechanic, and what you're going to see is that the players on the screen are going to play like their play art does. The seam flats are going to go to the outsides and actually go to the distance marker, which is going to be 1st and 10. It's going to go to the 10-yard mark. If it's 2nd and 7, it's going to the 7-yard mark. It's a way to cancel the matching principles. If you watch these guys here, the first time we showed you the example, they actually matched a player and they went ahead and covered them man-to-man. Here, what they're doing is they're going to their zones and playing the way the player indicates, and it's going to give you that opportunity to kind of understand when to use it. In long distance situations where you're okay, where you don't want to give up the flat, this is a great opportunity. And here, we're going to show you cover 4 palms. In this example, these guys are going to match their players, and you saw that the player on the left went to the inside. Look at the corner on the left-hand side. He went ahead one-on-one with this player. The guy went inside. He followed him down the field and left this player open on the left-hand side. Most people would scratch their heads and say, wasn't my player supposed to be there? In a matching defense, their rules are different. So if you want to cancel that, just go to Protect the Sticks. And these guys are now going to play a little bit more the way that the player indicates, up to the down and distance of what it is. Now, coming in at number 4, using the pass commit function to help against RPO throws. I'm going to show you in this video that when you go ahead and just do normal zones, there is a hesitation in your DB's path to the ball. And I'm going to show an instant replay right here. When you just do it, this is hard flats. Watch that cornerback, he kind of stops and he lets that play go. I put it in slow motion for you so you kind of see it. And what it does is basically puts that player in conflict. When you go and change this to pass commit, that player will now shoot down without any hesitation. So watch that nickel cornerback on the left. See how he goes and he doesn't do any hesitation. He flies out there. That's going to make it to where a quarterback has to read that, if you see it in slow motion, and he's going to have to hand the ball off. If he doesn't, you've got a really good chance of going and picking that ball off. When you see that, if you go ahead and do pass commit, now the run is up to you as a linebacker. You go ahead and know that you got the bubble taken away. You go ahead and you take this away with your linebacker, and you've got both of them taken care of. At number 3, using quarterback contains to stop scrambling quarterbacks. If you look at the cover 2 man contain, you can see that they have natural contains. You can do that by calling it, or you can also do it by a defensive adjustment. For the sake of the video, I'm going to keep it on the call just so you can see it, but I want you to watch the defensive ends. They're going to go up the field, and they're going to keep leverage to where they're always to the outside. If the quarterback breaks, they're going to get off of their player and come at the quarterback. It's a really nice opportunity for anybody that tries to get out of the pocket on you, using this as a strength for you. You can see how these guys go ahead and disengage. I'm going to show it to you one more time in slow motion. Watch how this defensive end on the right-hand side goes ahead, gets upfield, and then as soon as the guy gets to the outside, he pushes off of him and goes ahead and stops him. So at number 2, in order to be a better defensive player, you're going to want to understand how to make defensive hot route adjustments from one position on the field. A lot of time when I see beginner Madden players, what they do is they click on from player to player to player and change your individual zone. That is definitely more time consuming, and it gets you out of position with your user. In Madden 20, the ability to go ahead and have less time at the snap is real, so you want to get this down. Go into practice mode and learn how to do this. If you're trying to change a secondary player, you're going to press Y, Y, and then the corresponding player, and then the zone you want them in. If you want to do something to the linebacker level, you're going to want to press the right D-pad this year in order to get the linebackers up, the left D-pad if you're trying to get the defensive tackles. That is a change in Madden 20 that you're going to have to get used to. something that you just want to make sure that you put time in the beginning of the year to get as fluid as possible on making those changes so that you can go ahead and make the ability for the offense to have to react to what you're doing rather than vice versa. Now, our number one tip on defense is something that's already made one of our lists, is how to disguise your coverage shell from the start. If you know Madden 20, it starts off where the quarterback can read the field. He can look at it and say there's one high safety and know that it's most likely cover 3, cover 1, something to where typically it's not going to be a cover 2 or cover 4 because of the way it looks. I'm showing you a different example now. You've got a 2 high safety look, and most likely you're going to see a cover 2 or cover 4 or cover 6 look because that you can see that right away. Well, they put a mechanic in the game that if you go into coaching adjustments, what you're going to be able to do is now be able to change the way the defense will auto align. If you see this tab, auto alignment, default is what you're seeing before. Default's basically to the alignment rules. If you go to base, it's base aligning. So it goes ahead and does it towards the base formation position. And then you've got man align, which you're going to be able to see that people are going to man align based upon the man coverage assignments. So you can go ahead and cater to whatever you want, toggle back and forth, but you're going to go ahead and disguise what you're showing based upon how you want your team to auto align as they go ahead and break out of the play call selection. So I'm going to set this to baseline and show you a bunch of different examples. As you can see, I've got 2 high safeties, and that's what it's going to look like each time, regardless of what I call. Right here, I'm going to call cover 3, and I'm going to show that you can see that I'm going to have 2 high safeties on the field, just making sure that you see that you can't tell right away. Yes, linebackers will move a little bit here and there, but it's really about the coverage shell on the outside that I want you to kind of take a look at, as that's really what's going to change how an offense can read you. So those are our top 5 defensive tricks from Madden 20. Make sure you go ahead and let us know what you think about it in the comments below, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Now, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you check out these videos below for the most helpful Madden tips. If you're looking to learn from the best players in the world, head over to www.playbookgg for the most detailed game plans in Madden.